Okay, so now we are going to talk about Extrude tool. So first of all, we will create one cube like this. Then we will press C to make this object editable. We will select our polygons and then we will hit Ctrl A to select all of them. I'll right click and I'm going to choose my loop path cut tool. And by holding shift, I'm going to create one cut over here. Then I'll increase the number of cuts like this. Let's increase one cut also, and again by holding shift I'm going to create one cut over here and I'll increase the numbers like this, so I'll get something like this. Now I'm going to select my move tool to get rid of it, and I'll deselect this and let's go to our model view. Okay, so this is our model. Now I'll select this cube and by holding control I'll create one duplicate so we can explain this concept properly. First of all, let's talk about this cube. Now I'm going to select my polygons and I'm going to select my live selection tool, and by holding shift I'm going to create this much portion. Now suppose I want movement of this faces. So for that what we generally do that with the help of this handles, I can move this over here and I can move this over here. So what extrude tool specifically does is, let's see with this cube. I'll select this cube and again I'm going to select polygons, and by live selection tool by holding shift I'll select this much portion, and all you need to do simply right click, then you will get this option called extrude. After creating that, as you guys can see, we have different options over here and our icon is also changed. And in the blank space I'll simply move my mouse, so I'll get this kind of shape. So this is what we do is known as extrude. So you can understand the difference between these two movements, like over here it looks different, over here it looks different, because this is the movement of that faces and this is the extrude. And you can use this tool again and again, like if I do this again, as you guys can see, each and every time if I create extrude I'll get something like this. Basically it's creating that edges again and again, and then after creating multiple times, if you want this thing to be moved, so you with the help of these handles you can move this wherever you want. And if you want to extrude it again, all you need to do simply make sure that your right click and your extrude tool is selected, and on the blank space you can simply drag this, so you will get this kind of extrude. Then it's a normal thing right now, so with the help of that, as you guys can see, we will get something like this. And then you can edit this thing like the other our editable object, like you can select the faces, you can select any face like this, you can press T and you can scale it somewhere around like this, and basically you can adjust our thing again you want. So that's the use of extrude tool. So just like extrude tool, we are going to talk about inner extrude. Let's create one extra cube again, and I'll move this over here and I'll press C to make this object editable again. And let's select our faces like this, and I'll select this portion, right click. As you guys know that with the help of extrude we can move this outwards, and if you want then we can move this inwards or wherever we want. As you guys know how to use this tool now. Then there is another option known as inner extrude, your extrude inner. If you click on it, from name itself it will extrude the shape inside. So if I move this over here, as you guys can see, this is gonna extrude this thing inside. And if you click again and again, it will do that procedure again and again, just like our extrude tool. And I'll hit Control Z. So shortcut key for inner extrude is I, and shortcut key for extrude is D. For example, if I press I on my keyboard, I'll enable my inner extrude and I can extrude this inner. Then I can press D to extrude, and then I can extrude this outwards. I'll press I again for inner extrude and I'll extrude it inside. Then I can press D again and I can extrude this outwards. Again I can press I, inner extrude, I'll press D and outer extrude. So we, as you guys can see, we can create different shape with the help of this object. So this is the normal movement of faces, this is with the help of extrude, and this is with the help of inner extrude and extrude option.